So, today we're going to dive into the story of Sandra Bellamy. She's a digital advocate who's navigating this really complex world of content creation, community, and artificial intelligence. And her whole mission? It's all about giving a voice to the unseen. All right, so let's kick things off with this really cool idea, the pocket speaker. Just imagine a speaker who isn't up on a stage just once a month. No, they're with their audience every single day, right there in their pocket, telling this continuous, real-life story. This idea is absolutely central to understanding Sandra and the unique impact she's having. So who is Sandra Bellamy? Well, she's a creator, for sure, but she's built her platform not just for the views, but with a super clear and powerful purpose behind it all. And wow, this quote right here, it tells you everything you need to know from the get-go. This isn't just about her own personal success. Her award nomination for her is a platform for a much, much larger community, for literally anyone who's ever felt like they were unheard. The stakes here are incredibly high. And look, we're not talking about some small channel here. With over 1.6 million views on YouTube, she has built a serious audience. That number gives you a real, tangible sense of her reach. It shows you she's connecting with people on a massive scale. So, what's driving all those views? It's this incredible, multifaceted mission. It's about education on asexuality, yeah, but it's also about championing diversity and just promoting this unapologetic authenticity. You know, whether that's through body positivity, like she'll post about weightlifting in her Eeyore Night shirt, or openly discussing disabilities. She's really trying to bridge these gaps in understanding, making her channel a space where people can learn and connect. Okay, so that's the what and the why, but what about the how? How does she actually do it? This next part breaks down the strategy behind being a really effective pocket speaker in the crazy, fast-paced world we live in today. She uses this brilliant, really, three-step content funnel. First up, she grabs broad attention with super relatable, everyday stuff. Think videos of her visiting an aquarium or just her daily life. That's the top of the funnel. Then, once you're in, she builds this genuine, authentic connection by sharing her real struggles and her successes. And finally, once that community is built and they're really engaged, that's when she delivers her core educational message about asexuality. It's just a masterful way to bring new people into a really important conversation. And this just shows you how savvy she is about the modern digital landscape. She's figured out what she calls the 15-second rule. You know, in a world where our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter, she knows that quick, impactful content is absolutely key to staying relevant and keeping her audience hooked on platforms like YouTube Shorts. This quote just brings it all home, doesn't it? She literally sees herself as a daily speaker, constantly telling her ongoing story. It reinforces that whole pocket speaker idea we started with and perfectly sets the stage for a very modern conflict. What happens when this complex human story gets interpreted by a machine? Which brings us to our next section, when AI gets it wrong. So after an interview, Sandra's story was summarized by an AI, and the result was, well, let's just say it missed the mark. In a big, big way. And this is the question right at the heart of this whole thing. Can an algorithm, can a piece of code truly capture the depth and the nuance of a human being's life and their work, especially someone as multi-layered as Sandra? So here's what the AI came up with. It correctly identified her as a pocket speaker, but then it made this massive leap, this huge mistake, and it just bluntly stated, you won't see her on stage. It basically said you're either one or the other. There's no in-between. But the reality? It couldn't be more different. I mean, it's almost laughable. Far from never being on stage, she's spoken at Oxford University, she's keynoted major summits, she's been on podcasts that reach millions of people. The AI saw one part of her story and just declared it the only story, completely missing her huge body of work as a traditional stage speaker. You see, for Sandra, this experience wasn't just some random glitch. It actually helped solidify a philosophy for her, and it's one that's incredibly relevant for all of us right now. Humans have to lead AI, not the other way around. And it really boils down to two very different paths you can take. On one hand, when humans lead, AI is a tool, right? It's a co-pilot that makes our skills better. But on the other hand, when AI leads, it becomes the main creator, and that starts to deplete our critical thinking, our autonomy. As one creator she found out, that can lead to a full-blown existential crisis. And hey, this isn't just some abstract idea. Sandra actually put this to the test herself. For 3 months, an AI-written business email got her nowhere. It completely failed. But then, when she rewrote it in her own authentic, human, flowery language, she got the results she wanted in just 2 weeks. It's a perfect, real-world example of human intuition just schooling an algorithm. And here it is. This is her core message, stated as clearly as it gets. It's this powerful call to action for all of us. Maintain your own agency, use AI as the tool it's supposed to be, and never, ever let it get in the driver's seat. So this all brings us full circle, right back to where we started. Her mission to be a voice for the unseen. And why, in our modern world, authenticity might just be the ultimate prize. Think about it. Her nomination for Speaker of the Year is so much more than just an award. Especially after that whole saga with the AI's misinterpretation, it feels like a victory for the human voice. It's recognition for her authentic, multi-platform way of speaking, both in our pockets and on the stage. And this really gets at the new economy of content we're all living in. As the amount of polished, perfect AI-generated stuff just explodes, the value of raw, authentic, human content is skyrocketing. Realness, with all its flaws and imperfections, is becoming this rare and precious thing. It's what stands out. It's what people actually connect with. So we're going to leave you with this one question to chew on. Sandra Bellamy's story seems to suggest an answer. In a world that's getting filled with digital perfection and algorithmic summaries, maybe the true value lies in our unique, messy, and unapologetic humanity. It's in our ability to tell our own stories, in our own voice. And that, well, that's a power no AI can ever replicate.